Welcome to the session. I'm Carla Certain, a group editor here at ITP Media Group, and welcome to our session all about Hala Yalla. And I'm joined today by two co-founders, Yousef Shanti and Hamdi Missaoui, who are joining us from their own studio to answer a few questions about the company and to kind of tell us a little bit about their success. Hi guys, can you hear me? Yeah. Okay, great. I think it would be great to just start the session with a little bit of an introduction. So if each of you could tell me a little bit about what you do, a little bit about Hala Yalla, and what the company really does, that would be great.
Thank you very much for joining and having us in this session. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Yousef Shanti. I'm one of the co-founders of Hala Yalla, the sports and entertainment app. My primary role here at the company is overseeing the design side of things. So everything from user journey designing to experience research and everything in between is something I look after day to day over here. I also oversee the different engagement metrics and numbers that helps us focus on the growth and engagement of the platform.
I would also like to thank you for this opportunity, and it's a great pleasure talking to you today. I'm Hamdi Missaoui, and I'm the director of projects here at Hala Yalla Expert Labs, and I'm heading projects and products delivery end-to-end from the idea stage, strategic idea stage until value delivery, technical side, project management, and also innovation.
Okay, so I mean, I love the name Hala Yalla. It's such a, there's such a call to action. It seems very fun. It's very exciting. But I'd love to hear a little bit more about what went behind the vision to create this company and kind of the path you've taken, because, I know that there have been transformations along the way. So, what is Hala Yalla? What does Hala Yalla do?
All right. So first of all, it all started when the original founding brothers, the Bakhsh brothers, decided to come back and move here from studying abroad to being outside of the kingdom over here. One of the founders of the company, his name is Fahim, had some trouble organizing sports and corporate leagues over here. And at that point, they said, the brothers talked to each other and said, why don't you come and open up a technology company that can help me facilitate corporate leagues over here seamlessly with the use of technology and how it can advance how we operate this corporate league. They both got into this agreement. The CEO of the company said, I can do that. I'll do it to the best of my ability in technology and design. But one thing he conditioned is that he has nothing to do with the government relations and all of that, because it's a lot of the headache that hinders the real innovation. So he decided to just focus on technology and delivering the platform. That's what happened when Nadeem, the CEO of the company and basically the vision setter, decided to move. He planted the seed for what we know as Hala Yalla now. And basically Hala Yalla evolved from basic napkin sketches, ideas on a whiteboard, days and nights of just thinking into the concept itself, into blossoming to what it is today, being a platform that powers the entertainment and sports sector in the kingdom. And now it helps a lot of people in the kingdom. We have more than 1 million users in the platform that enjoy using Hala Yalla on its different platform avenues. So not just the corporate league, what it's set out to be, but also the ticketing part and the esports part and all the different moving parts that power the Hala Yalla engine right today.
And I will add to that, I'll talk about Kafu Games, which is one of the sub-products of Hala Yalla main vision, which is as an essential part of the Hala Yalla vision that Yousef was talking about. It is activating people around healthy lifestyles, about fun entertainment. So we started also working on tournament management technologies. 3 years ago, it was in 2018, end of 2017, start of 2018, when the government showed an unprecedented appetite for sports and esports tournaments. Like one of the biggest ones we did, like Dawri al-Madaris, which is the biggest football tournament that happened in the region with more than 11,000 teams. Also, some esports cups like GSA's Esport Cup and 3 Balot mega tournaments that happened between 2018 and 2019. With all that, we created the Kafu brand. The Kafu Games brand started and was officially launched in December 2019 as an esports platform for tournament management. Today, Kafu is the largest, I can say Kafu is the largest esports platform in the region with more than 150 tournaments organized so far and more than 300,000 users and 20,000 active users per month. This is who we are today.
Wow. It's very exciting to hear about that growth in esports specifically. We've long seen in research over and over again that KSA has such potential in the esports segment and it hasn't been realized yet. So I'm curious to hear kind of, I guess in part in the context of the pandemic, this shift that you've had towards the esports vertical, how did that come about?
I will start about this. Well, I think our CEO have seen the pandemic happening before it happens, because we started talking about. He started telling us about esports and how important is esports in the next 2-3 years as a strategic pillar for the country and for us as a company. I think since 2018 he was telling us that this is going to rise very soon. As I said, we started very early and we launched Kafu 2 months before the pandemic. And it was, actually Kafu was so lucky, because compared to other products where we saw the numbers going down, Kafu was growing by 20 to 25% each week. It was like so crazy, especially in the months of March, April. We saw like growth because people were staying at home, and esports is bringing this competitive and sportsmanship values to their homes. All they need to do is either use their phones or their consoles if they have one, and they just connect to people, start social engagement, competing, winning, losing, and we've been in the middle of that. We were organizing, I think, 5 tournaments per week at that time, and they were all full capacity, and we had to grow our operation really a lot during the pandemic. So yeah, it was a blessing for us somehow.
Yeah, and allow me to also add that I think a lot of this success is owing to how we take advantage of our software development life cycle and processes. And specifically, I want to talk about the agility here and the process we usually follow to build and deliver value so quickly to our user base. So again, the whole cycle from the idea that we think about from when it just sparks on one of our meetings with the CEO, setting the strategy and the vision, we just take that on and put it to our teams. Design team will just start sketching rough ideas, wireframes, and prototypes. We do some user research with the representative customers, and in that case, it's like the esports players and all the gamers in the kingdom. We do that research. It's like quick cycles and agile cycles of research. It's not part of these projects that take months and months to finish. But no, we turn around research insights into wireframes real quickly and prototypes, and then we test them with actual users until we ship them to development, and we keep iterating on this cycle. And of course, it's like the case with any platform that launches for the first time. We do see some mistakes that are going to happen. We kind of predict that, and we always have the teams on set to prepare for any issues that might arise in the soft launch of the platform, and that's what happened. So again, we fixed the bugs that were technical, and we've taken some feedback from the users that, through the integrated channels that we have, so through social media, through the different signifiers that we have within the interface. And all of this feedback that we gathered helped us grow the platform even more and listen to our users more carefully and build features and even plan features in our roadmap to adhere to or to appeal to our user base that we're trying to serve or cater for. All right, so I think most of us here are wondering or being intrigued by the name Hala Yalla, and I think it's a very basic combination of 2 words in Arabic that are very popular, and it's Hala Yalla, Hala being the welcoming element of seeing someone saying Hala is like hi there, and Yalla means let's go and do something. So that's basically how the name is put together. And the essence of the story of Hala Yalla basically started in 2012, where the Bakhsh brothers, Nadim and Fahim, Nadim being the CEO and Fahim, one of the co-founders, thought that having to organize the corporate league over here, which is a lot of corporates competing together in football, is very much of a big hassle to do, and it was managed using traditional Excel sheets and contacting people over the phone. Until the point where Fahim decided to do another season of the corporate league, and this is when he spoke to his brother Nadim, who was just studying abroad in the UK, in the University of Manchester. That's when they were just talking about, Fahim was just basically complaining to Nadim about the issues that he's having to do with all the Excel sheets that he needs to manage. And Nadim, coming from a pure tech background and a lot of science and design, and this is also a part of his academia, is that he understands the sweet science behind building usable solutions and software. So the idea sparked in Nadim's head. Nadim decided to move. So fast forward, of course, from Nadim's study in UK, he also stayed in Dubai for a while until he decided to move back to Riyadh, and that's when Hala Yalla was put on papers, sketches and wireframes, and it became what it is that we know today. It helped, of course, Fahim manage the corporate league very efficiently, so that was taken care of. Fahim is happy now. You can all reach out to him and ask him how was it for him organizing the last corporate league. And Hala Yalla also became beyond just the corporate league, beyond just football. It became everything to do with esports and tournaments and community groups. So if you have a community you want to start, if you are into guitar and you want to bring like-minded people into the guitar community of yours, of course you can get into Hala Yalla, find all the people that share your interests and bring them together. And who knows, you might find the next member of the band that you want to start your music career with, or you want to start the professional football.
Let me, Yousef, add to what you said about Hala Yalla. I want to specifically mention the journey that we went through in the last 2 to 3 years, where we evolved from a 20 to 25 employees company to more than 120 employees company located in more than 4 areas in the world, with 4 offices around the world. I would like to thank every member of the team that believed in our crazy vision, that vision that you only see the end, but you don't see the path in the beginning until leaders like Nadim will show us step by step the path. I really want to thank them one by one, and I think that what is coming is much bigger for Hala Yalla and Hala Yalla team. Today we are in a Googlish office. Everyone is enjoying being here, even in weekends. Everyone comes sticking around here. So, and we are looking for a bigger impact very soon.
And extending to what Hamdi was saying, we've been hiring a lot of people day to day, and the team has been growing on a very rapid pace. And for that, we welcome everyone who believes in our vision first, and who believes that they can make an impact within the small team that we have right here. I think it's not small anymore. It's getting big and big by the day. So by the time we end this video, in I think a few weeks, we're gonna have a lot of team members joining. So if you believe you are adequate and can fit the team in any of the moving pictures or moving gears of the team, feel free to send us your profile. We're going to look at it, and you might also be called for an interview in person here to see the office, to see the team, and who knows, you can end up with a job over here that makes you fulfilled and happy about what you do.
I actually came to Riyadh 4 years ago, so when I came here, things started already changing, and I've seen an amazing community ready to engage, ready to have fun, ready to especially engage through digital channels. And I've seen this as a big opportunity for us as a company and for the country as a growth driver. So we Since then, we organized most of the mega events. We powered most of the mega events with our technologies, from ticketing solutions, tournament management solutions, facility management, and we managed to engage more than 1.2 million customers so far. And I've personally worked in different markets in Europe and in North Africa before, and I think that the Saudi community is much more active, especially on the digital channels, and they like to engage. Their feedback is more of much more, I would say, constructive. They are looking to power the local companies and to see them shine, and we are using this opportunity really well so far.
I think that's a very interesting take on it. And yes, you're right, we're the most online population all over the world. Our consumption of social media networks of different types is ginormous, if I may. So again, the esports platform is one part that is powering the overall entertainment ecosystem and sports ecosystem that we're trying to build. It's one big element. I'm not just sizing it down. It's very big. It's going to contribute to the major growth of the Hala Yalla platform. But as is the case with esports, we also are powering different parts of entertainment. So anything that is synonym with having fun, wherever you are, whether in the kingdom or outside, virtually or online or even physically, is something that we're continuously working on. And basically our aim is at the end of this journey, well, this journey is never going to end, or it's continuously expanding, but we're aiming to bring all the entertainment elements together to create one big, let's say, Disneyland kind of digital world.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. So I'll add something to what you just said about the capability to have fun wherever you are, and I think esports is, or gaming and esports is the most convenient way to have fun wherever you are. Mm-hmm. Like literally, all you need is your mobile in your hands,
yes,
and you can start the journey. And you can build careers in esports. You can actually, you can monetize as a player, as an organizer, as an investor, as an advertiser. And this is where Kafu Games, as part of the big vision of Hala Yalla, is trying to position itself as a platform that offers opportunities to the different stakeholders. And I think so far, with the 300,000 users we managed to happily capture, I think we did the first step where we will move forward to activate more the ecosystem in gaming in Saudi Arabia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's definitely the case. And again, being a gamer myself, I was within this community that plays games. This was the thing to do in my summer vacations, going from school here in Saudi to Jordan to spend some time. My circle of friends was mainly revolving around playing esports, basically. And it wasn't official esports, it wasn't professional esports, but it was mainly the fun element, like gathering around something that we all love to do. And to my surprise, I just recently came to know that one of the people I used to play with within this esports cafe, if I may, or it's a gaming cafe, is now a professional athlete in the esport. And he's telling me his stories about how he just took it from playing with us into global championships and winning a lot of prizes, having a lot of agencies working with him to get him sponsorship deals and all of that. So seeing how he became just from an hobbyist, like playing games just to kill time, into this professional athlete is something that is astonishing. And all this change happened rapidly in the past year. And a lot of analysts are studying the esports sector, a lot of companies and corporations rising to the scene to adopt the growing industry of esports. And as you can see, it's even now we do have the teams that people can sponsor. You can have a buyout from one professional esports player into another team. It's like the whole Madrid and Barcelona kind of scene. So people fight over professional esports players now and debate on how much they could buy them out for. And also the viewership on esports, especially in terms of streaming and live, watching these matches live is expected to take over some of the traditional sports that we all love watching now, which is...
It already did, actually, in numbers.
Yes,
it already
some
did,
numbers already
take
overtook.
over. Yeah. I will take this to talk about how Kafu Games is helping or is empowering these stakeholders to reach the different goals they have, either from sponsors, advertisers, players. So today we are proudly offering a very easy to use platform to organize tournaments end to end. It's a full set of tools where you can open your tournaments for registration, selection, brackets generation, seeding the brackets, to uploading scores, all the tournament life cycle from the digital perspective. We have it on web and mobile. It's now open for everyone. It's a powerful tool for every organizer. And for the player side, you were talking about your friend, and it's a very exciting story, and we wish to see more stories like this in Saudi and in the region. How Kafu is helping them is by giving them the opportunity to compete with top tier players in different tournaments. Actually, we are even incentivizing players with $2,000 worth of prizes every month. So, and we're seeing people coming, engaging, giving ideas. As Yousef said, part of our user-centered process, we always listen to what our users say. And here in esports, I see a lot of engagement. People, they come to us with small enhancements in UX, small enhancements in UI. Why don't you do that? Why don't you do this? And actually, we are carefully listening to that, because we know this is definitely the way to succeed and nail the ultimate experience.
Definitely, and allow me to also add to that. So we do have, I think, the best variety of players, covering most of the games that we know in the market, most popular games, even the unpopular ones. We have professional gamers, and we have names that took it to global levels and won global awards. But we've also seen stories where these gamers in particular, and I don't want to name any of the gamers, but they've been sponsored by third-party agencies outside of the kingdom over here, and that is because they didn't find the nurturing environment, they didn't find the companies or corporations or even the believers that this is the next big thing. So instead they resorted to outside agencies to sponsor them. So this is a problem that we've seen, and it's a common problem, and I think all of our audiences here in this conference are aware of such a problem. And as Kafu Game is positioned in this esports industry, we also aim to, as Hamdi was saying just now, that we bring all people, all esports players to, even like from amateurs to professionals, it doesn't matter, I think. And we want to bring all of them and scout for the best talent. And we, of course, can do that giving the data of usage in our platform. We have all the data, we'll crunch the data and see who's frequenting the platform a lot and who's always competing in similar games or what type of format of games, and see who scores the top levels on all these games. And when we have this data, we can also build features around building your own team. And when you build your own team within Kafu, I think in the very near future we're having this cooking. You'll be able to just form a team, and your team will be public to anyone who's looking to sponsor the team and bid on that this is going to be the next big team to go global, and again start nurturing and have this incubation kind of treatment for the up-and-coming teams over here.
Well, the main challenge that we are having here is that the ecosystem is not yet clearly shaped. So it's I wouldn't say it's difficult, but it's still in the primitive stage where it's not easy to identify your partners. It's not easy to identify your next steps, to plan ahead for 1 or 2 years. Yeah. So we are trying to learn about learn from other experiences like the UAE experience, which is a little bit ahead, and also the European and the American experiences. And I think that's, at the same time, it's a challenge, but it's a big opportunity since we will be, and all the actors that are working right now on the esports, in the esports ecosystem will have a unique position in the future. And by this occasion, I would really like to thank SAFIS, which is the Electronic Sports Federation in Saudi Arabia, and headed by Prince Faisal bin Bandar for their support to all the actors and stakeholders here in Saudi Arabia. And actually, they are doing a lot of efforts to regulate and to initiate this ecosystem in the region.
Exactly. So having such government body that supports the private sector, such as Kafo Games and many of the other players in the market, I totally believe, and I have a true belief that the growth of esports in the kingdom will be astronomical. It's going to go at a really fast pace. That's out of questions, because we've seen other sectors booming over the last 3 years. So I think esports is not any of less importance than this. But it's very important, and that's
Yousef,
something.
Actually, numbers are confirming this.
So
actually, Saudi Arabia today is the 19th or the 18th largest gaming market in the world. Not only in the world in terms of revenue in 2019, if I'm correct, and the full gaming market is estimated around 900 million or 800
We're a big part of it.
million. Yeah, we are a big part of it. Yeah. And happy to be. And plus, it is expected to grow at a rate of 22 to 23% per year up to 2025. That's amazing. The other thing that it's worth mentioning is about our community, and we know also that Saudi gamers spend 3 times more than American and European gamers. That's a factor that we really need to underline. So if they are paying that much, that shows the passion.
Of course.
That shows how ready they are for innovation in this sector.
I think it's big of a signal to identify that this is a major market for the esports. That's definitely a big market for esports.
Let me tell you about Kafo. As an essential part of the Hala Yalla vision you were talking about, tournament management technologies were really needed in the 2018s and end of 2017s, when the government had a strong appetite towards mega tournaments and mega sports and esports tournaments, and we were there ready with our techie solution to facilitate things, to make things happen in weeks or sometimes in days. So it started that time when we first supported these mega tournaments with the technology, with sometimes some tournaments with more than 20,000 players. If you remember the Balut tournament, where we had 22,000 players gathering around 500 Balut tables.
It's like a
for
beehive.
hours.
I remember, yes.
For hours every day, and that was really much easier with the tech solution we provided, from the Empire mode to real-time scoring and registration, the dashboards and all that. Yeah, actually we are proud of this. Yeah, we are proud of this. So Kafo was like in the embryo state at that time, because we were doing some kind of services to companies or to SAFIS, and the tournament management engine started being robust with the time. We had to learn the hard way. Yeah, exactly. And performance was like something you can't neglect with these type of highly media covered events.
I believe when there's 22,000 people buzzing around you. There's no way but building
Yeah.
a system that accommodates for
it can't
that
break.
kind of operations.
It can't break. Yeah, exactly. So for the third edition of Balut, I remember once we announced, or the government announced we had more than 130,000 people trying to access the registration. Yeah, hopefully we had queuing that time. It was a great success. So yeah, so Kafu started with that, and Kafu as a brand was officially launched in December 2019, just before the pandemic. Lucky Kafu, and it was the right time.
Foreseen that.
Yeah, it was the right time that Nadim and the team saw that this is the right time to launch it, and it was a great time to launch, especially that we hosted the Gamers Without Borders season on Kafu. It's one of the biggest seasons that happened in the region, with more than $10 million in prizes for charity. And today, Kafu, we can say today Kafu is the largest esports platform in the region, with more than 150 tournaments organized on the platform, more than 30 games.
You're looking all the way.
Ah, okay.
Okay. Today we're
Today, Kafu, I can start from there. Today, Kafu is the largest esports platform in the region, with more than 150 tournaments organized on Kafu, and more than 300,000 users, happy users, I hope, on the platform, and more than 20,000 active users every month.
Well, numbers don't lie, I guess, and the proof is when you use the platform, you see how sticky it is, and you see how addictive is the experience of dealing with Kafu. I think the magic lies in how we've built the system. I think that's what we basically excel in. What's brewing for Kafu 2021? Oh man, where do I start?
Oh man, I don't know.
Okay.
I can't help you.
All right. So
Go
I
ahead.
think we'll start with one of the main presidents. Hamdi, take over, please.
Yeah, well, we are actually right now setting the strategic goals for 2021 for Kafu, and I will try to summarize all the talks. I think it's like 5 hours per day talks with all the team here, and I'll try to summarize in 3 major pillars. The first one is building on and growing, enhancing our existing esports tournament offerings. We see a lot of areas where we can improve, especially in terms of operation effectiveness, in terms of the number of games we are covering, in terms of the availability of different tournament types to different organizers. This is definitely something that we will start working on. The second part is we are expecting to start working on it on Q2 in 2021 is we are, inshallah, building the first gaming academy in the region.
That's right.
Yeah, we have a clear vision for it. We know how it should be. It's not similar to any other academies that we can see around in the world. I can't give more details. I wish I can, but this is gonna serve as an essential driver to complete the picture of this ecosystem in the region. The third pillar, and I'll let Yousef tell you about it.
Powering small game publishers.
Exactly.
Basically, as you know, that Kafu is a platform, and the main difference between just being a normal product and a platform is that with a platform you have the ability to give keys to the larger ecosystem so that they can integrate with you strategically, expand your offering while they grow themselves. Because we're going to be the hub where it hosts a lot of relevant audience and esports players. So, for example, we reach out to small individual game publishers or local boutique game publishers, and they do have ambitions building their games, and they want to reach the audience real quick, and they want to grow fast. So we will offer them this user base by embedding their games, taking it into our platform. There will be some technology and API integration. So a lot of this will be taken care of by Hamdi and the technical team. And basically, you'll be able to play these publishers' game within Kafu. And if that game has some sort of a competitive element, you'll be able to rank across a leaderboard. You'll be able to see who's leading in that game and reward them accordingly. And The rewarding part of Kafu is a total different story. We have another product that complements the strategy of Hala Yalla, which is the loyalty program, and that is Jazil. So again, we're talking about the third-party ecosystem, and that is anyone. So it's not necessarily just game publishers. It can be anyone who talks to us and understands our vision and can complement the picture of Hala Yalla. And that is the picture of Hala Yalla and Kafu, to be specific. And basically, that's the principal platform that we want to be open to public. We want to be encouraging everyone who has the power to push this esports ecosystem forward. We're welcoming you. We open our doors for integration, and that's just one of many ideas that we're trying to accomplish for Kafu in 2021.
Amazing. Actually, we are encouraging and also empowering these actors by giving them the right tools.
Exactly.
And through the academy, maybe also teaching them how to build games, teaching them how to market games. We will be sharing our knowledge, our expertise with the ecosystem, and actually it is part of who we are, and we are actually right now preparing the set of tools that will be available for gamers, for game developers, organizers, advertisers also, and yeah, stay tuned.
And when I hear you saying this, I get really excited. And this makes me really wake up and jump out of bed every day in the morning, coming here to work with this crazy team that is, I think, very capable of accomplishing really big things right here from the kingdom. So, as Hamdi said, stay well tuned and just keep following us for all the updates and things we're brewing for Kafu in 2021. All right. So in the end, I would like to thank you all for tuning in behind your screens in these tough times. I hope you're all doing well. And thanks to the DGC committee for hosting us into this conference. We're really honored to be with you here. And thanks also a lot for listening into our fun story that we had to tell over the past few minutes. And you can always find me on LinkedIn as Yousef Shanti.
And you can find me on LinkedIn too as Hamdi Missaoui, and we'll be really happy to answer to your messages and get in contact with you. Thank you very much.
Mobile apps and startups, all that with Hala Yalla. Exciting times. And now, ladies and gentlemen, وأعزائي المشاهدين، بطريقة جديدة لسرد القصص باستخدام تكنولوجيا AR, VR, والmap projections. With the technologies just been mentioned, we're going to see a new way to tell a story. All that with Backyard Studios. Coming up in this coming session.